Faris. Hello. What's up? It's Michael Yo. Thank you so much for listening to Comics on Canes. We have passed 1,072 people, subscribers. And basically, when you subscribe to this show, that is how you pay us. That's how we make our money, baby. That's how we don't make much, but that's how we make some money.
Thank you for all 1,072 of you.
Yeah, man. We thought it would take a year to get this far, like a whole season. But like we did it in a couple, well, not we, you did it in a couple months, and we really, really appreciate that. We try to drop a podcast every Tuesday now, and then we're going to do a reaction, instant reaction, almost instant reaction. We do it a day later usually. If you want to leave any comments, we are absolutely live right now. Absolutely live right now. If you want to crap on FSU, this is the time. We'll read it on the air. What's up, Leroy? Oh, his name is Leroy Black Ninja Turtle.
Love it.
My son, you know what's so cool about movies now? The characters we grew up with, my kids love now. He loves the Ninja Turtles. He loves all the movies I came up with. It's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope. Spider-Man, Avengers, all that stuff, you know? What's up, Go Canes? Jimmy Benjamin. Who's this? Barry, salute. Man, I am so excited. I'm so excited for this FSU game. I'm actually going for us. I'm going to this FSU game.
Are you?
I'm flying in on an American Airlines. It's a 5:50 a.m. flight on Saturday.
Don't give out too much info, all right? People might hunt you down there. So.
Oh, no, it's fine. But I land at 3:41, and I'm going straight to the. I'm getting a car, going straight to the game. Straight to the game. Blue lot. Blue lot, baby.
Blue lot, yeah.
That's what a blue lot is, baby. It's all about that blue lot. I mean, the blue lot showed me so much love last time I was there. It was crazy. What we got here? About to host pub trivia. Popping in to hit that Go Canes. Yes, sir. Traveling fools. Appreciate you. Go Canes, we appreciate you. Everybody checking in. La Familia, I see you. What's this? So happy to be yes, the podcast is good. Man, thank you. Day oneer. And let's start with it. I know, Forrest, you weren't on the last podcast for the instant recap. You were traveling doing your comedy. You're finally back on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But did you see the whole game?
I did. Yeah.
Did you notice my boy AJ Allen showed out?
I was so upset I didn't make the instant reaction podcast or semi-instant reaction because I was just wanted to see how excited you would be about AJ Allen, and Cristobal mentioned him in the post game presser. I don't know.
Cristobal mentioned him in the post game.
Yeah. He said a good change of. He goes, we needed a change of pace. Exactly. It was like literally the words are coming out of your mouth.
It's exactly that makes me believe Cristobal and all those coaches listen to this podcast.
Of course they do.
Because a lot of people are saying things we said a long time ago. Dan, what's his name? Lebatard. Right? Mm-hmm. He said recently, like today or yesterday, Cam Ward is the best quarterback Miami has ever had. We said that the second week on this show.
Right after
it
Florida,
was obvious.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take you that long to realize that. I mean, come on now. Come on. So AJ Allen did his thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to see if you know how many yards Miami rushed for last game.
I think it was close to, because I look at it every week, and – because I know you pushed me up to 220, 222, I believe was what. Yeah. And they were right there, and I didn't add them all up though because.
Well, let me tell you, Forrest,
sacks with the sacks or without the sacks.
No. This is what's funny. What's funny, and why I wanted you to make that instant podcast because I was going to give you props.
Yeah.
So they rushed for 219 yards.
Yeah.
But it was actually 222 yards.
Yeah.
But Cam Ward took a knee and lost 3 yards.
Yeah.
So that was the average you wanted, man.
But here's the thing. I want to go back just real quick on the bold prediction. I believe a 30-yard average per game jump is still a bold prediction, and you still made me jump 22 because they're going to be close to 200 at the end of the year. They're not going to get to 222 unless they really start just grinding it out. But they're not doing that.
I mean, but I don't think it was a bold prediction because they were at 172 or 162 last year.
170.
Once at 28, 20.
30.
That's not a bold prediction. They had Damian Martinez that just got added to the. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a bold prediction. If you're telling me Damian Martinez can't be responsible for more than 28 more yards a game, come on, Forrest. Come on, Forrest. A bold prediction was 222, and they finally made it there, but they took a knee and went to 219. I want to see what this guy says. Anthony, thanks for listening. Hit that subscribe button, by the way. Hit that. This is how you pay us, okay? Michael and Forrest, in my honest opinion, I feel Hurricane fans at the beginning of the season were being unrealistic, expecting we were going to blow out every point. That's me. That's me. After they won, yes, I know they're going to be in tough games, but I said this at the beginning of the season. No matter what I predict, there will be more blowouts than there are close games. There's 7 games in. What is there? 4 blowouts and 3 close games, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've always held it. There will be more blowouts than there is close games. And a lot of you in the comments kind of making fun of me now. Y'all are like, you said the last 2 games they're going to blow them out. Look, they were on the verge when it was 31-17, just like the week before.
Yeah.
It was on the verge of a blowout.
Yep.
Who knew they were going to run the ball back? Who knew Mark Fletcher was going to fumble the ball back-to-back possessions? If that didn't happen, and I know it's a lot of ifs, if, like my dad said, if frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their butts on the ground. He always used to say that. Look, if they didn't have those 2 possessions back-to-back like that, it would have been a blowout.
Yeah, but we keep saying that every week.
No, Forrest.
Yeah.
We said that for 2 weeks.
Okay.
We said it for 2 weeks.
Maybe. I have to go back and check the tape. But you want to believe this week we're not going to do it because Florida State is not like, at least we were on the road with Louisville and Cal and those, and Virginia Tech, cousin. I don't know. There's no excuse this week. We're playing at home against what should be an inferior. The excuse is it's FSU. That's the excuse. And
you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do this right now. Anybody in the comments, and you have all the way till kickoff on this podcast. On this podcast, I will Venmo somebody $100 who gets the score exactly right. The first person to hit my timeline with the right, because I can see what time the comments come in. So the first person to hit my timeline with the right score has to be exactly right. And you're first on my timeline with that score on YouTube, because we can check what time things came in, I will Venmo you $100. Everybody start dropping your scores. And this is all the way to kickoff. You got all the way to kickoff. Only one entry. All right. And you have to be subscribed to the pod because we can check.
We already got one in here. We already got one.
Leroy, 40-7. 40.
Okay,
remember, only one. If you do it more than once, you're disqualified.
Yeah, he already did it, Leroy. Well, you just made
Leroy,
that rule.
you disqualified yourself.
You just made the rule as he did it. I think you give him a pass.
All right, Leroy. Which one do you want? You're white. Which one do you want? 40-7 or 52-14? You only can pick one.
I would go with a 52-14 because the way our defense is playing.
Leroy's like, damn. You can tell he's on a delay right now, right? You can tell Leroy's. It's like, pick one, Leroy. We'll set it up. All right, let's talk about the game here, man. Florida State 1-6, Miami 7-0. I'll let you, if you have any facts about Florida State, any things you want to say about
how
Florida
many points a game they're averaging on offense right now. Just guess, Michael.
How many points is Florida State averaging?
We're first. We're first. You already know
that. We're first in the country.
We're first in the country, 51.4, I believe, 51.7. We're first.
I would say Florida State is probably averaging like I've been watching their score. They don't score a lot of points, so maybe like 15, 14 points.
15.3, very good. But 15.3, they're 133rd in the country. I can't remember a Florida State team that was averaging 15.3 this far in the season.
Can you just say
it's like
Mike Norvell owes their Travis, what was the name of their court? Jordan Travis or Travis Jordan, their quarterback last year.
You're talking about yeah.
He owes that dude 90% of his salary. That dude saved his career at Florida State, got him a huge bump. And now you see he's not a great coach. 3 out of the last 5 seasons, they've had terrible records. I think like in three of the last 5 seasons or 4 of the last 5 seasons, all you great Kane listeners that listen to this podcast, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they started 0-2 in 4 of those seasons, or 0-3 or something crazy like that. Well, Jordan Travis. Thank you, Anthony.
They're 1-6 this year with their one win being against Cal. After playing Cal, it's like, how'd they beat Cal?
Yeah.
I guess they just weren't up that week there. But yeah, it's a fun week, FSU. It's especially a fun week with the anticipation that we're gonna whoop their ass. But,
and FSU, they got a lot of problems. Terrible offensive line. They're going through 2 quarterbacks. DJ got hurt. Not that he helped. They got 2 quarterbacks that are trying to battle. One quarterback did you see this last week? One quarterback had 3 turnovers in a row. If you put me in a college game, Forrest, if you put me in as a quarterback in a college football game right now, being how old I am, I would have a tough time turning over a ball 3 times. Brock Glenn.
Yes. He finished with a 14.6 QBR last week. Pretty good.
Can you imagine?
How did he even have 14.6? He was 9 for 19 with a $110, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I don't even know where they got 14.6, honestly.
Man. So Blaze 352, been there from day one. Thanks you for being a day oneer. Canes won their toughest game. I was impressed. He's talking about Louisville. Everybody said that was going to be the toughest game because they had a quarterback, they had receivers, and all that stuff. And everybody out there that said they didn't want Ja'Cory Brooks over the offseason, I'm just saying that dude would have been a beast. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, I put it out there. I'm going to Venmo somebody with $100. Whoever nails the score exactly correct, have to be subscribed, have to be the first one on the timeline with the score.
Before the game kicks off.
Before game kicks off.
And you only get one entry.
Black Leroy. Leroy the Black Ninja says 52-14 is his final answer. All right, cool. Okay.
We got a lot of scores. Come on.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Mike, read my last comment. Hold on one second. What he said. Michael, I've said this multiple times, Florida State fans, but they're delusional. Asses didn't want to listen. Norvell is just a one-dimensional coach that can only coach with a JT type quarterback. What's a JT type quarterback?
I don't know.
Unless he's what? Hey, Anthony, what's a JT type quarterback? Is that a junior transfer or a portal quarterback? What's
some of the initials that we're not picking up? So
maybe I don't know. How do we enter the draw? Plays, just leave a score. I'm gonna say this one more time. I don't want this to take over the whole podcast.
Jordan Travis is what he meant by JT, by the way.
Oh, Jordan Travis. Okay. Yeah. We're so not cool anymore. And by the way, Blaze, I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm Venmoing somebody $100 before the game starts. You got all the way to the game starts to drop the score of the game. Only one entry. If you put 2 in, erase 1. Only one entry. If I'm missing any rules here for us, let me know. Only one entry, have to be subscribed, have to do it before the kickoff. Anything I'm missing for us?
And it has to be the first. If there's 2 of the same scores, it's whoever put it in first.
It's whoever put it in first.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll put that in the description in there too.
Yes. Will you put that in the description? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And you have to be subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. All right, Forrest, what else we got on Florida State? Let's talk. Is there any positives?
One more thing before we get into Florida State too, just because everyone that hates the Miami hate is strong right now. It's
my gosh.
Yeah.
So strong.
It's very strong across the announcers, the rankings. I don't even, that's a whole episode. I don't want to get into the ranking thing. It's ridiculous, but that's fine. So, but we've sold out on the road every game. Not only have we sold out every game, the Cal game was, I think, the largest attendance of a non-Pac-12 or whatever their conference.
Yeah.
To be. Yeah. In however many years, Louisville will sell out. Everyone, South Florida. When was the last time they sold out a game? I don't know. I haven't checked that, by the way. Maybe they do sell out, but people love to come hate on the U. And the other thing is we're even trend setting when we're not the ones setting the trend. Everybody is. When did the upside down U start?
You know what? Miami fans are mad about that, but I know UT because I'm from Texas. It was always the horns down. I like it. Do it all you want.
7-0. It's great when we're winning and they're doing this. It's like also this is dumb. It doesn't even look good. It's like your wrists don't go that way. It's stupid.
No. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, no.
Yeah, but anytime you're setting a trend just on the hate that you're receiving, you're doing something right.
Can I tell you something that pissed me off when I was watching that game for us?
Yeah.
So they talk about this block Arroyo, I believe, had on a guy rushing Cam. He kind of got his arm tangled on his shoulder pad, and they were like, oh, that's holding. Blah, 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 blah. Zaquan Patterson hits a dude, makes him fumble, and announcers goes, oh, it's not a fumble. And literally didn't question it, didn't say, maybe they should replay that. Maybe because, it happened really fast. Maybe we should look at that again. Didn't even mention it. And that was the hate that was going on. Like, that was clearly a fumble. If they would have went back and watched, it was a fumble. That dude had possession of the ball. Yeah. He actually caught the ball, turned around, Zaquan hit him, the dude fumbled. Announcers didn't even question it. They were like, whoa, the referee said it wasn't a fumble, so let's move on. Not even question. They went back to that so-called holding call that was questionable 2 to 3 times. All you people watching the podcast, you remember that. Did that piss you off too?
That was one of the best plays of the game too. That's the one you're talking about where
he threw that dime.
He hits him and he grabs it as he's throwing it. Still has the strength to throw it it was Restrepo, and then almost gets it in. I don't know how he didn't. He just is stumbling towards the end zone. We punched in eventually, obviously, but like that's what you should be replaying, not this bullshit questionable.
But I made this point in the last podcast, and I'm gonna say it again. For all the people that say, "Oh, Miami got another call with the what was it? What was it this time?" They say,
we got a call. This was the which one was it this time?
Wait.
Wait.
What was it?
It was God, I can't remember. There's been so many of them. I'm getting them confused in my head.
Wait, what? I'm blanking on the last game because I'm thinking about what was that?
Someone in the comments comes up because
it was the forward pass, Cam Ward forward pass.
Oh yeah, the forward pass. That's right.
Yeah. So it was a Cam Ward forward pass, and of course it's incomplete. Even those announcers that hate us said it was incomplete, right? They said it was incomplete. But the thing what people don't say, they say, "Oh, they got another call that gave them the game." Miami still would have got the ball back. The game would have been tied and we would have got the ball back.
Yeah.
They didn't stop us from scoring that every possession we scored a touchdown or a field goal or something. They wouldn't have stopped us. There was no evidence they could stop us. So even if they would have scored that touchdown, Miami would have went down and scored again.
Yeah.
So it's not even a discussion. It's not even a discussion. Anyway.
I'm not discussing it. So.
No. Coming up in a second, by the way, we're gonna talk some quick SEC news with Kelsey Faris. She'll be checked. Actually, I'm gonna pop her up so she can just wait. Oh, wait, let me change it. Now I gotta change the background. Hang on, Kelsey. I can go in. I gotta put on the back 3 panel. There she is. Give everybody a good wave.
Hi guys.
Oh, she got her doggy there. She got a dog. Yeah. We'll be checking in.
Hi.
Oh, all right. We'll be checking in with Kelsey in a second. We'll be checking in with her in a second. But anything else about anybody in the comments got anything positive to say about FSU? I think they got a decent defense. Offense is horrendous. I think they got talent. They got a lot of Florida talent. So they got talent. They couldn't catch COVID if they lived in China. Right now, they can't catch nothing.
Yeah, but there's always, and look, there's been blowouts in this series before when the teams been way better than those. But there's also been games where there should have been blowouts and there weren't. So that's because it's like they always say every one of these kids knows each other on this team. They grew up playing. Well, not, but most of them do.
Yeah,
and it's just I know we have a lot of transfers and stuff now, but it's just the rivalry and stuff. By the way, I was going to ask you, do you know the punter's name on Miami?
No.
And do you know how many punts he's punted in 7 games?
Let me guess.
7 games.
I know the last game he punted twice.
Yeah.
I know not this last game, but the game before. Whoever that was.
He punted twice with Louisville too.
Oh, did he? Okay, so I would say he probably has about 7 punts.
12. He has 12 in 7 games now. So he's averaging less than 2 a game.
That's amazing.
That's a great stat for the offense.
That is an amazing stat. I can't find the comment, but somebody did comment. They think Florida State's going to score 28 on the day. And right now, let's be honest, our defense is not playing well. The defensive back, the front four is doing their thing. Ruben Bain, I think he had 10 quarterback pressures or rushes or something. However they PFF it or whatever. Yeah. He had 10 of those. And so he's doing it. I think the front four is great. I think the linebackers, decent, could be better.
Not wrapping up as much as they were at the beginning of the season. I mean,
well, they were playing worse competition too. Let's be honest. Yeah. Kiko is not playing Kiko ball right now. I think he'll get it together, but I think right now, I think they play too much man-to-man. I think you do the corners, everybody's playing a man-to-man, even the linebackers. And our linebackers, as far as the structure of the team, they can't keep up with a running back at the backfield right now. Let me tell you what linebacker I love. I love Kiko. I love our linebackers. Bassane, man, this Popo dude, he looks like an old school, and he's just a freshman.
Yeah.
Is it or a red shirt? Is he a true freshman or a red shirt freshman?
1 second.
Look that up. But that dude, Popo, looks like an old school Miami Hurricane straight up linebacker. Like, he reminds me of the old days, just the way he looks, man. Just the way he looks, Popo, I mean, that dude looks the part. Like, if I were to walk in the room and they say, pick a linebacker in this room, I'd be like, that dude right there. Popo looks like that dude. He's a sophomore. I thought he was a freshman. But
that's what I thought too, but I clicked on it and it says sophomore.
Sophomore? All right. That dude right there looks like a beast. Anything else about Florida State before we move to Miami? And then
wait, you mean anything about Florida State? What?
Anything else you want to say about Florida? No, as far as the team Florida State. And then what we're going to do is after you say your piece about Florida State, we're going to get Kelsey on to talk a little SEC, and then we're going to give our predictions at the end of the podcast. If you're just tuning in, I'm Venmoing $100 to somebody with the right score, exactly the right score. Let's go through these rules. You have to be first on the timeline. You only can send in one. So if you send in more than one, erase the ones you don't want in. You got to do it by kickoff. I will send the money right after the game because I'll reach out to you and I'll get your Venmo.
Got to be exact. No, got to be exact score. No Price is Right rule.
Exact score. No Price is Right. No nothing like that. Be first on the time. Oh, and you have to be subscribed. All right. Last thing you want to say about the team Florida State, Forrest?
I mean, no, I don't want to say anything more, but I can't wait to stomp them.
Yeah, I want to beat that. All right, let's bring it in right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on Kelsey, and then after that, we'll give our predictions. Kelsey, let me change this background real quick, girl. Hang on. Once we get OBS, it'll be a lot better once Rudy's out here. All right, here we go. Kelsey, how are you, girl?
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are y'all?
All right, let's talk some SEC actions. What stood out to you this last weekend?
Well, it was supposed to be a peaceful weekend for me since Ole Miss had a bye week. My team that I sort of adopted, Texas, I was like, they're at home. College game day is coming. It's going to be an easy win. Which, Michael, you and I, we were outspoken about.
I was all about Texas. I thought Texas before that game looked like one of the best. I mean, like top of the notch. They were the team to beat. But Georgia came in there and Kirby was like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it.
I mean, not even one person on College game day picked them to win. Because to me, Texas, it was almost like soothing. They were like a comfort team. I was like, if everything else is chaotic, I can just watch the Texas game. I know it's going to happen. It's going to be lovely and peaceful. Not the case this week.
But I got to be honest with you. I enjoyed watching Texas lose. And Forrest, jump in here. I don't know.
I was in Austin. I had a show in just outside, about 10 minutes outside Austin. And F1 was going on that weekend too.
Yep.
The F1 and the Texas Georgia game. So there was people at my show. Thank you guys for coming out. I don't know who you were, but there was a lot of people with phones under the table at my show too. But they got put away very quickly. It was just like, we don't even need to watch this anymore. So
no.
I thank Georgia for that for my show. That's the
man. Let me tell you, man, that Georgia defense, like I saw them against Kentucky. They've never played that well. Jalen
Walker was on one. Like he was dominant. A savage.
Yeah. Like straight savage. So I like watching Texas lose. I get a kick out of it ever since. Let me tell you why. Because I don't like, and Texas still does it to this day. If there's a big quarterback that comes in that has an NFL dad, like when I was there, it was Chris Sims came in and he replaced Major Applewhite after Major Applewhite won all the Big 12 awards the year before. Like replaced him. This took Major, and I was so upset about that because I used to love Texas. I'm from Texas. I used to love. Huh?
You don't like the Nepo QBs? That's what you're saying?
Nepo baby.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was like, you got a dude that broke records at Texas. Like,
yeah.
Was the guy. And then because his father was Phil Sims, you're going to replace. I don't know if anybody else. I know we got a bunch of Miami fans on here. But after that, I could never look at Texas and say, I hate Mac Brown because of that. Mac Brown made that. And I wasn't a huge Texas fan. I was just like, yo, that's messed up. Because I lived in Austin at that time. I was like, that's messed up. And that was the first experience I had where, yo, if you have famous parents it's very influential. Money moves the needle more than anything. And it was a sad thing.
I think when they took Quinn out, everyone was kind of like, what's going on? Like, what is happening? And, we didn't know when they came back out in the second half if Arch was going to be in or if it was going to be Quinn or what was going on. I guess like they were saying, they were just trying to give him maybe a second to collect himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the noise or what it was, but he definitely looked just like rattled. I don't know if maybe he's in pain. He might still be recovering from his injury.
You know what shot I did love on that? When they showed both quarterbacks sitting side by side looking miserable. That was like, and that's the difference between Urs, I think that's how you say his name, and that other Manning.
Arch. Yeah.
Arch. You would never see Cam on the bench like that. You would never see Cam Ward like that, look defeated like that. Those dudes, when I saw that, I was like, they lost. They already look like they lost. It already looked like they ain't coming back, Yeah. And then the question was, do you want yours on this team for next year when Cam leaves? I did a little poll about 50-50. Like some want them to come. Others like, yo, we got our quarterbacks. We good. My thing is like, find the best portal quarterbacks or quarterback, bring them in and let them compete against our guys. And the best man wins. What's wrong with that? I see no problem in that. All right.
What else you got? If the game had been decided on that call? I mean, it wasn't. Like after they threw bottles on the field and they reversed the call and all that, like if that had impacted the game, I mean,
yeah, I think if Texas had ended up winning, that would be all anyone was talking about. Because I think 2 plays after that they were able to convert and score.
It was over then. But
it would have been a much bigger deal. But since they lost, everyone's kind of like, eh.
Oh, I like this fact. Robert Elliott says 24/7 put up a post saying Urs was sitting out the rest of the year to get ready for the NFL draft and then took it down. You know what? Like, that's why and I'm skipping around to Miami. That's why I think Damian Martinez is in a great position. Like, running backs get beat up. The average life for any NFL player is 2.5 years. Damian Martinez is very lucky he doesn't have to run 20, 30 times a game. You got great running backs to kind of share the load because you don't want to get hurt. He wants to go pro after this. Why beat your body up? People know you can run. That one clip from last where you busted all those tackles for a 26 or 30-yard touchdown, that's all you need. That's literally all you need. Here you go, NFL. And then you test for the scouts and whatever happens. All right, Kelsey, what else you got?
Well, also we just another unbelievable weekend in Knoxville for Tennessee, beating Alabama at home. Insane.
No, I don't think that was a big deal. Alabama's not good. Alabama is not good. They beat Georgia somehow, and that's great. But how can they be number 15 on the poll when they lost 2 games? They've lost 2 games and they still top 15. Come on now.
This is their first time losing 2 games before November in like 17 years. So I think it's safe to say the Nick Saban era is officially
over.
And apparently they came into the game with cigars already in their mouth, like to a big rivalry game, acting like it was, in the bag. I don't know. So,
I've never thought Alabama was great. I just don't, I don't know, man. Not this year. And then here's where I'm on the fence about Georgia. Because a lot of people like Georgia's defense, like I said at the beginning of the pod, but I saw Georgia play Alabama. I saw Georgia play Kentucky, and their defense didn't look like that. So who's the real Georgia defense? I'm interested to know how good Georgia is, know, because they got some tough games coming up too. So we're about to find out if Georgia's really good. What I love is there's a big, and I know you're part of the SEC, Kelsey, there's a big SEC bias. How can Texas, that got beat down at home, be number 5? Just tell me that. How can Georgia been in a lot of close games, but they're number 2? I mean, come on. I'm just done with it. Anyway,
also Vanderbilt is 25th now because they beat Alabama, who's lost twice, and Vanderbilt's lost twice. But then they're like, but they're good. But it's like, are they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt beat Alabama, and they're 25th. And they got 2 losses. Alabama has 2 losses, but Alabama's 15.
Miami wins 2 straight road games, albeit close games, comeback, whatever. And they're like, that sucks. And then like Penn State barely beats USC. And I'm like, elevate them ahead of Miami.
And doesn't USC have 3 losses now? Let's be serious.
All right. Yeah,
man,
we're not even in any of the conferences.
That's what we saying, Kelsey. Screw the SEC.
I feel slightly ganged up on right now, but you know what? I'm just gonna, let it be. We'll see.
Let her know. Let her know the SEC politics. That's what it is, Kelsey.
Well,
that's what it is.
Well, see what happened was.
What happened was.
Wait, I wanted to ask y'all something. I heard about the Tennessee Alabama game. Apparently, they were saying I've never heard of this before, but they were saying that they were pretty sure that Tennessee was pumping in crowd sounds.
I would believe it. I believe it because you got to remember, like what people forget is during COVID when people started going to college games, networks would pump in sound through the stadium. So all the stadiums are set up for that. It's easy to do. I would do it. If you're home, pump it in. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Use all the advantage you can.
I thought that was wild. I was like, I have not heard anything about that. But apparently they said Tennessee specifically has been doing it for many, many years.
Oh, why not?
2013 earliest on record. So
let me tell you something. I could have 4 people at a game. I would pump in the sound and make it sound like it's 70,000. They'd be like, wow, what's all? I don't know. It's just these 4 people are very loud. Very loud.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny if there was a game with nobody in
it. He said that game was crazy loud. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. They were pumping in the sound. Pumping in the sound. All right. What we got this weekend? And then we're going to give our predictions. Go ahead.
Okay. I think it's just Texas is going to Vandy, and I bring this up not necessarily that I think this is going to be some crazy good game, but I did speak to someone inside the Texas locker room, and I was, what are the vibes? And he was basically like, they are like this, la, 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 trying to put that as far back in their mind as possible. And they're very much looking forward to going to Vandy, and they are considering that already a W on the board. So.
Well, of course they are. But here's the thing. I think they have trouble because you could tell like Manning and Urs, they don't talk. Like they don't like each other. I think there's a lot of I think I'm just looking at it from an outside and go, people are picking sides on that team. Some people love Manning, some people love the other dude. And that's not a healthy locker room. Trust me, if they lose one more game, they could fall apart. That team could fall apart. As soon as they know they're not going to make the playoffs, if they get to a point where they don't make the playoffs, that team will fall apart because you could already tell. Like people are taking sides. In a locker room, I've been in locker rooms. People take sides of who they like as quarterback. And when you start losing, look at FSU. When you start losing and people just like they don't care anymore. Once a team is ranked that high and then they don't make the playoffs, let's just say Texas doesn't make the playoffs, and as soon as they know that, wheels are going to fall off that school. Wheels will fall off. All right. What do we got this weekend?
My score prediction. We're going to wait and do predictions at the end?
No, your score prediction for what? Vandy?
I was just going to, yeah.
Vandy and Texas? Give it to me. Give me the Vandy and Texas.
37-18.
That's a good score. I think Texas is going to beat the hell out of Vandy. I really do. I think Texas has a point to prove now. They don't want Vandy to come close. So because here's the whole thing. Texas lost to Georgia, but they want to say, hey, we beat Vandy. Alabama lost it. They want that. They want that. 100%. So I say, man, Texas 45. I always say 40. Texas 43. Vandy, like, man, 17. What do you say, Forrest?
I say Texas is going to win 38-20, and Vanderbilt will still move up in the poll somehow. So just because they lost, just because they beat Alabama, so Alabama can keep moving up. But 38-20 is what I say.
All right, Kelsey, before we let you go, I want to ask you about Miami, Florida State. Florida State 1-6, Miami 7-0. Who you got and what's the score before we let you go?
Guys, I wasn't born yesterday. This podcast is called Comics on Canes. If you think it isn't all about the U for me, always, that is my other adopted team outside of
there you go.
So 100% going with Miami. Let's see. How about 31-17?
I don't think that's a good prediction.
That's her prediction. You can't shame her on her prediction. You got to let her.
I can't shame predictions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot about Florida State.
Is she entering the contest?
Horrible.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you, the lowest total before you make your prediction. Florida State is 1-6. They won one game. The second thing is Miami hasn't been held to under 43 points in a game yet. Is that right? I think it's 43 or 45 points in a game yet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you do your prediction over if you want. Or you can keep
Miami scored 38 and 39 respectively, Virginia Tech, Cal. So yeah, but still,
all right.
The
lowest point total they had was 38.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm gonna say Miami 43 then.
43
to 17. Can I keep my 17?
Oh yeah.
That's the defense hasn't been solid. I mean, I'm not saying
that's a great prediction, Kelsey. I don't know who gave you that info you needed, but that is a great prediction.
I also will be putting my bet in for the $100 that is up for. So by the way,
are you subscribed?
Nice segue, Kelsey. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I'm doing a contest. I'm Venmoing somebody $100 who puts the correct score in the timeline. We know what time the comment came in. Got to be first with exactly the correct score. It got to be first in the timeline. You can't have multiple ones. If you have multiple ones, you get disqualified. Also, you have to be subscribed to the channel to win. Did I miss anything? And you got to do it by kickoff. I'm going to do it right before kickoff. And I'm going to wait till after the game, look through all the scores, and see if anybody won.
If there are two identical scores, it's the one that was put in first. So you might want to scroll through.
And that's easy to find out. That's easy to find out, people. All right? All right, Kelsey. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me,
appreciate you, Kelsey.
See you, Kelsey.
I will see y'all later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
We love Kelsey. Let me change the banner. Let me change it. See this? Boom. There we go. All right. Forrest, it's time. It's time, Forrest.
You want to just do Miami FSU? Did you want to do any of the ACC, or you don't care about the rest of the ACC?
No, let's do the ACC, and then we'll get to the Miami.
A couple significant games in the ACC this week. Yeah. Syracuse at 5-1 is playing at Pitt, who's ranked 19th and undefeated in the ACC, which is important because right now it's us, Clemson, and Pitt that don't have any losses. So we're here saying, we're definitely going to play in the ACC championship game this night. I mean, Pitt's playing well.
Let me tell you, what we want is Pitt to lose to Syracuse. That's what we will, as a fan of Miami, we want that. But what do you think the score is going to be?
I like this Syracuse team. I don't know really, I was looking at Pittsburgh's schedule. They haven't really played anyone. They did beat Cal 17-15. It seems like all the scores were like that with Cal.
Yeah.
But everyone at Cincinnati, West Virginia, I feel like Syracuse has played better this year. Like I like their team. I'm going to go with an upset here. Syracuse 24-20. That's what I got.
I don't think it's an upset. I think Syracuse will win, not because I'm a Miami homer. I do think Syracuse is a better team there. Quarterback, Kyle McCord, correct?
Yeah.
I believe that's their quarterback. He's playing great right now. He's putting up numbers. So, yeah, I think he's probably the second best quarterback in the ACC. Maybe the Pitt quarterback is up there. I think Syracuse, I don't think it's an upset. I think they win. Next game.
Yeah, he's got 19
did you do a score?
I said 24-20. Yeah. McCord's got 19 touchdowns, so 2,100 yards, 6. So
yeah.
He's playing well. And then one other game in the ACC.
Hold on, let me get my score. Hold on. My wife is texting me. Hang on. In 5 minutes, I'll be done. See, I got, my wife is here's how amazing my wife is. She's outside in the car with the kids. So they don't disrupt the podcast. You see what I'm saying? That's love.
That's awesome.
That's love. All right. So I'm going to say Syracuse 31. I'm going to say, I think they beat up Pitt. So I'm going to say 31-21. Go for it. What's the next game?
One other ACC game to watch this weekend is the, historic rivalry of SMU and Duke. No, the last time they played, but SMU is the other one of the other undefeated teams in the ACC.
Yeah.
3-0. They're 6-1, ranked 22nd. They're at Duke, who's 6-1, 2-1. Their quarterback Murphy's got 14 touchdowns, 5 picks, 1,500 yards for Duke. They can play. I mean, SMU's got a good ground game, so it should be a good game. SMU's favored by 11.5 at Duke. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with another upset. That's a little bit of they got to travel all the way to North Carolina. It's not that far, but it's not as close as it should be for an interconference game. I'm going to say tight game here. I'm going to say 31-30.
No, I think 30. So 31-30 SMU. Duke.
I'm going with Duke.
Man, you're crazy. You are crazy. There's first of all, that Duke quarterback is not good. Look, I'll give you one reason, the only reason I hope Duke wins this game, which they won't, I think game day would come to Miami. Possibly. I don't know the games next week. Probably not. No, because there's some big matchups the week after. I think Ohio State.
I don't think that's
Oregon. No, forget about that. Duke is going to get beat pretty bad in this game. 11, you said the line was 11.5?
11.5 SMU's favorite at Duke.
Yeah, I could see that, man. That offense is potent. It is SMU. They got all the U players there.
Yeah.
I'll say because I don't think the Duke quarterback is that good. I think he was in Texas last year. I thought he would be a lot better. He makes a lot of mistakes. So I'm saying, I think they put up like 31, 30, 35. I get 35-17. I can see 35-17 or 35-25. I can see something like that. So I'm going to say 35-25. But I don't think Duke will score that much. And then
I'm just trying to knock off all the undefeated teams in my brain. So that's
Is it time for the Florida State?
It is. Clemson's not playing this week. There's some other games, but let's get to the Florida State-Miami game. Miami, it's up to a 21-point favorite now.
Yep.
With a 54.5 total, which means
that's very low.
They don't think FSU is going to score any points, basically.
Nah, because they have no offensive line. They have no quarterback. They have receivers can't catch the ball. The only way they're going to but here's what I think. I'm going to let you say your score, but I think it'll be over 54. I really do. But go ahead. Give me your thoughts for us.
I hope that FSU does not score over 20 points because they haven't done that against anyone practically this year. So it's just, this is arguably the worst offensive team we're playing outside of FAMU, and because Ball State had some play, we should hold them to less. So what I would like the score to be with, and then what I'm going to go with, because I know Cam's just going to try and ram it down the throat.
Oh, Cam.
I'm going to say no punts. No, one punt. I'm going to say 49-17 because I think we're going to give up like 17 points. So.
Okay. 49-17. I think the highest total Florida State had this year was 21 points.
I'm looking at it right now.
No. I'm telling you that as a fact. The highest point total they got
Correct.
is 20
against Georgia Tech. Yep.
I don't know why I think they're going to score against us because our defensive back, I think their receivers are awful. I think their quarterbacks are awful. I told you this before, Forrest. I told you this before. If I was playing against Miami, you remember Tecmo Bowl where they just had 4 streaks? You just send all the receivers deep. I would do that every play because you're going to get a pass interference. That's all. I wouldn't run the ball. I would just run 4 receivers down the field every play and let our defensive backs get a pass interference call. That's how I would coach against Miami. Hopefully Miami plays a little bit more zone. You don't need to play man-to-man against that team. Just don't make mistakes. This is the thing, Miami. You don't have to play exotic. Just don't make mistakes. Don't bust coverage. Play safe. Cam's going to score his points. Miami defense, your front 4 are going to get to the quarterback because their offensive line is terrible. Just don't make mistakes on the back end, and we win. Big. Yep. I'm going to say Miami puts another 50 burger up. I said it last week. I thought they would blow out Louisville, and I really believe they would have if you didn't get that fumble and kickoff return back-to-back. So I'm going to say like could be 60. I think Mario 2 years ago, they asked him about running up the score. Mario was like, nah, they can run up the score. You remember Miami lost like 47-3 or something like that? 2 years ago?
I thought you meant the FSU game years ago when
that's what I'm talking about.
Ran into the goalpost. That was a long time ago. That was
2 years ago. They came to Miami.
Yeah.
And beat the hell out of Miami. And they asked Mario after the game, what do you have to say about them running up the score? He goes, hey, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to score. But guess what? One day the shoe is going to be on the other foot. And boom. Boom.
Life happens quick.
That shoe is on the other foot, and we stamp it. We're going to be
45-3.
We're going to be stamping all over. Yeah. If it just stamping. Yeah. That's what's going to happen for us.
Yeah, it was 45-3, so that was a 42-point victory.
We're going to be stepping. Yeah. Like Big Daddy Kane said back in the day, ain't no half stepping. Oh, we're going to be full stepping. We're going to be full stepping on Florida State. I'm going to say 58 to I think they will score over 21 for some reason. So I'm going to say 58-23 because we're going to put in second. No, we don't even have second and third. I'm going to say depth. We're going to be putting in a lot of depth. We're going to play. Last week, we played 54 players against Louisville. We'll be playing, people from the crowd will be playing. I'm going to the game. Mario will be like, yo, come on in. We're getting you in the game. I may suit up. Everybody playing in this game.
Yeah, you should bring your helmet with you.
I should. I should just show up to the game. Be on the sideline like I'm ready. I'm ready, coach. Put me in. Wait,
what position would you play if you could get in right now?
Man, I don't want to get hit, punter or something like that.
Punter would be great. You're only doing it 1.5 times a game,
bro.
Yeah,
bro. I can skank one or shank one. I can shank one. I can shank a punt with the best of them. Melissa says we need Emery to get his revenge in the second. Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Melissa's been coming with stats the whole time.
I love this. Melissa is new to the show. Thank you, Melissa. Wait, is this Hoodie Girl, Melissa? I think Melissa's name Hoodie Girl. She covers basketball. I think that's the Melissa. She wearing a hoodie in this picture. So that might be her. Yeah. Hold on. FSU will come out and pull all. Yes. Why not? If I'm FSU, I wouldn't even run a normal play. All trick plays. Every trick play you got, run it. Every swinging gate, just have a center and quarterback in the middle of the field.
Everybody from other sports. That one from Hoosiers that they run. Yeah, everything.
Why not? Do it, Florida State. I've been waiting for this day a long time. You remember, Miami won 6 in a row before Florida State reeled off some. Mike Norvell with his little cocky
Florida State's had 3 in a row right now. We had 4 in a row before that. And then right before that was the 7 in a row by Florida State.
And this is what I'm saying right here. You know what I'm about, Green Tree, All-American. It's all about that A.J. Allen. Good mix-up. I think now I heard Dawson talk about him. I heard Mario talk about him twice in the post, and on Monday he talked about him. I think A.J. going to get some burn, man. That dude's been special. And now, you remember what I told you I was angry about? that no reporters that go into that press conference ask Mario about AJ. Not all of them asking. Now, of course, you're going to ask when he's doing good. You should have been in that room going, hey, with my eyes, I see that AJ Allen's a good back. Why ain't you playing him? That's why they can't have me in there for us. That's why they can't have me in there for us.
If you get in there and punt, you just do the one punt, then you can slide on over to Mario,
Can you imagine Mario coaching? I punt the ball and I just come over and, man, hey, man, I need to know about this AJ Allen situation, Mario.
With your wonky helmet, you come over and like, hey, what's up?
With no cushion in it. I got the cheap one. It's the fake one. Man, these helmets are expensive. They're like $300. This one was cheap. It was like 80 or 90. The real ones, they're like $200, man. I can't afford that.
Can't afford that. There's a lot of talk in the so yeah, you're right. Melissa does. She's on the Locked On Canes with Donna.
Oh, we love Melissa.
She does the Canes hoop show as well. We just got a.
I love that.
There is a recruit that I was just reading about for basketball. I haven't even shifted into that.
I don't know, but I love this comment about you, Forrest. I would give money to see Forrest run back with the back.
I'm sneaky fast. I don't care how fat I am. Don't worry about it.
He's sneaky fast.
Yeah.
He's sneaky fast.
I run a 4.54.
All right. We got to go for
4 yards. So
we got to go. I got to take my kids somewhere.
Let's go.
All right. Hey, Forrest, tell everybody where they can find your comedy, bro.
I'm headed back to LA as of tomorrow. I'm in Phoenix. If you're in LA tomorrow, I'm at the Melrose Improv, a monthly show there called the Shawsome Show. Other than that, I got a lot of shows coming up on the road. Go to ForrestShaw.net.
And I'm going to be, for the first time ever, Madison, Wisconsin, performing November 7th through 9th. Tickets are selling great. That's where Tyler Van Dyke is, but I will be there at Comedy on State. It's a legendary club. It's my first time headlining. If you know anybody in that area, please tell them to come out to the show. Like I said, I want to sell
weekend?
This. No, it's November 7th through 9th.
Oh, I was like, they're playing Penn State at home this weekend. You go out there.
Oh, no. I'm going to the
FSU. Yeah.
I'll be and by the way, if you see me, please stop me and say hi. I'm going to be at the FSU game. I'm in section 232. So if you see me in 232 or walking around, say what's up, because it's all about the U, baby. Go Canes. Let's beat Florida State. Let's beat them. All right, dude. I'll see you, Forrest.
Bye.
Later.